Good morning, class. Today we are going to be talking more about lines of symmetry. So we're going to start off with watching a short video on symmetry.
Which shapes are symmetrical? To answer this, we need to know what it means for a shape to be symmetrical. A shape is symmetrical if it has at least one line of symmetry. A line of symmetry. And now that answer is only helpful if we know what a line of symmetry is. So let's talk about it. A line of symmetry is a line where we can fold the image and have both halves match exactly. Let's look at an example. Let's maybe draw a circle, and then we can put a line on that circle. Let's draw a line maybe somewhere like this. This line is a line of symmetry if we can take one side of the line and fold it onto the other and have them match exactly. So let's take one side, doesn't matter which one, let's say the top side. And if we were going to fold this top side down onto the bottom, would it match exactly what is shown under here? Let's see, it would probably look something like this. And does that match exactly? No, definitely not. So this is not a line of symmetry. Let's try another line. Maybe if we drew a line, and we'll try to get as close down the center as we can here, like this. Try to be as close to the center as possible. And here, if we took one side, again, it doesn't matter which side, let's say over here, let's say the left side, and we folded this left side onto the right side, would it match exactly? And if our line truly was in the center of this circle, then yes, it would, which means that this line is a line of symmetry. And because we can draw this line of symmetry on our circle, it means that our circle is symmetrical.
Okay, so now that we have finished the video, you have on your table, you have two worksheets. So I want you to find the one that says Lines of Symmetry 1, which looks like this. We're going to go over this together, but this one you can work with your shoulder partner. So does everyone have this? Okay, so together we're going to go over starting with number 1. So I have, for time's sake, gone ahead and shown you how to do number 1. So let's read the instructions for number 1 together. Number 1, circle the shapes that have a line of symmetry drawn. Okay, if you look at number 1, this is not a shape, it's an irregular shape. They do have a line drawn through the middle horizontally, but if you fold over the top, it's uneven, so it's not a line of symmetry. Number 2 is a rectangle. It has a line drawn through the middle, so does that show a line of symmetry? It does. Okay, so go ahead and circle it. Number 3, it has a line drawn through the middle, so if you fold it over in half and it's even, it has a line of symmetry. And on the 4th one, it's an oval. It does have a line drawn through it, but it's not through the middle, and so it doesn't have a line of symmetry. Moving on to number 2, draw a line of symmetry through the following shapes. Write how many there are for each shape. Okay, so with your shoulder partner, I want you to go through each shape and draw a line through it, showing your line of symmetry. And then in the space provided, I want you to write how many lines of symmetry that there were for each one. If you'll flip over to the back. Number 3 says order these shapes from least to greatest number of lines of symmetry. So what I want you to do is go ahead and draw your lines of symmetry in each one, and then write in order of least to greatest how many lines of symmetry there were for each one. Number 4 is draw 2 different shapes and how many lines of symmetry they have. So you can pick any shape that you want as long as they have lines of symmetry. And then I want you to draw the lines of symmetry in each one and then label how many lines that there were. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and come up and ask me. Again, you can work with your shoulder partner on this. And then once you're finished, go ahead and turn it in our basket. Once you've completed this first worksheet, find your Lines of Symmetry 2 worksheet. At the top, there's going to be 4 shapes There's a question here that wants you to predict how many lines of symmetry there are in these. So I don't want you to draw or write on these 4 shapes. I want you to predict, so use your brain power, how many lines of symmetry that each one of these have, okay? Once you've predicted that, there are 4 blanks right here. So for each shape, you're going to write how many lines of symmetry that you think that each one has. After you've done that, you're going to move on to this activity down here. You're going to cut out each one of these shapes, and then you're going to fold the shape in half every way possible that you can to show a line of symmetry, okay? Once you've done that, I want you to draw a dashed line over each line of the symmetry, and then count and record each one of those lines and write it down here, okay? So this first space up here is for your predictions, and then after that, cut, fold, and then draw, and then record down here. Okay, so once you finish that, then turn that into our basket as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. The first worksheet is for who? Shared partners, okay? And then the second one, this is individually, okay? So if you have any questions, please feel free to come up and ask.